All right, good evening or good almost good night now, everyone. Saturday night live, and we're gonna wait for a few more people to come on. We're gonna go over a lot of stuff. Basically, what you see on your screen, the darker blues here, winter storm warnings. The light blues, winter storm watches. Down here through Mississippi into Alabama, parts of northwestern parts of Georgia, and the rest of Tennessee. Here, darker blues here is winter storm warnings through most all of Arkansas except one county, and eastern parts of or western parts of Tennessee, western Mississippi, northern Alabama, northeastern parts of Tennessee or Texas, and then this tan area or this gray area is basically it's winter weather advisories. We have winter weather advisories all the way south of San Antonio, Texas, just north of Houston. And then we have winter weather advisories through southern Missouri over towards far southern Illinois and then into parts of Kentucky as well. Winter storm watches because there's still questions on how much snow that could hit warning criteria over here in far eastern parts of Oklahoma. So there's basically that. We're going to go over snowfall accumulations, ice accumulations. We're going to go through models and go through some timing as well and go over these bitterly cold, pipe busting, life threatening cold that's coming in to the region tonight through parts of the week, and hopefully we can get into up above freezing hopefully by Wednesday or Thursday before the next cold shot comes in. There's going to be another system after that, and I'll go over that more in depth in the supporter hub probably tomorrow. But we got to get this system out of the way because it's going to be a nasty mess. So we're going to wait for a few more people to get on here, and then we'll get started. If someone can just let me know that you can be okay, that would be awesome. Alrighty, hopefully everybody can hear me now. Mic was muted, so I apologize. So, thank you for joining us tonight. So we are live, and we're going to go over the winter weather hazards here. So, winter storm warnings is in effect northeastern parts of Texas, northern Louisiana. We're talking here. We can zoom in here. Here's northeastern Texas. We're talking Clarksville, New Boston, Mount Pleasant, down to Jefferson, Marshall, Longview, over towards Tyler, Texas. And we get into Louisiana. We're talking Shreveport, Cotton Valley, Homer, Farmerville, Sterlington, back here towards Monroe, West Monroe, Oak Grove, get up here towards Arkansas, Texarkana, up to Hot Springs, Little Rock, Beebe, all the way up towards Jonesboro, Paragould, up to Mountain Home, Harrison, over to Fayetteville, Fort Smith, the whole state except one county, which is still under a winter storm watch. We have winter storm watches up here for this county, and then far eastern parts of Oklahoma, including Grove, Jay, down here towards Stillwell, down here towards Clayton and Antlers, and Hugo under winter storm watches. They have not upgraded those yet because there's still some questions on if there's going to be warning criteria snows out that way. This light tan color up here, southern Missouri, basically Neosho to Branson, Cassville, Ava, Ozark, down to Bakersfield, West Plains, Alton, over towards Poplar Bluff, then up to Cape Girardeau, Sykeston, all under winter weather advisories. Now this orange up here, you probably wonder what that orange is. If I can zoom out here, as you can see the orange colors here, is all wind chill warnings. And you're going to get 20 below zero wind chills or lower across all that area here. A lot of wind chill advisories out for the rest of the plains here, southern plains. Winter storm watches are still up across parts of Mississippi. We're talking Jackson, Mississippi, up towards Canton, Vicksburg, up towards West Point here, Starkville, towards Alabama, Russellville, Florence, Hamilton, Huntsville. As we get up towards Tennessee, this is Nashville under winter storm watches, Clarksville, Tennessee, Murfreesboro, Pikeville, Cooksville, up towards Knoxville, and then Churchill up here as well. So that is that. And then we have winter storm warnings, like I said, all over Arkansas and parts of Mississippi. We're talking over towards Hernando, Abbeville, Oxford, or towards New Albany, Tupelo, Memphis, of course, South Haven, Millington, up towards Ripley, Jackson, Clarksburg, Greenville. That's just a few cities here that's under a winter storm warning. So back here in Texas, this is all winter weather advisories from Dallas down to Austin to San Antonio and just south of there. Just north of Houston, go into parts of Louisiana here. We're talking about Winfield, Colfax, Alexandria, Leesville, then over towards Carthage, Texas, Waco, Waxahachie, of course, the Dallas Metro. So this is all going to be ice form in the next over the next 48 hours. So let's go over how cold it could get. Then we'll get in. I know a lot of you are probably wanting to go to bed, so we'll get into snowfall accumulations here in just a second. But the big story is going to be this dangerous cold coming into the region that's already starting. The second front's already plowing through. It's going to stall across basically northern Louisiana into possibly central Louisiana, later tonight, and then overrunning moisture is going to start happening, and this is how we're going to get some ice, sleet, and snow across the area. This is possible low temperatures tonight. This will be about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. This could be down to below zero across northwest Arkansas, northeastern Oklahoma, all of Kansas, most of Missouri, um, Illinois, Indiana. You get up here to those deeper snowpack. We're talking 20 to 25 below zero. These are not wind chills across that area. You get south of there. The Arctic air is hung up here a little bit into the Ozarks, so it's trying to either come around the Ozarks before the dam breaks or down the Arkansas River Valley. But 17 Little Rock, 25 down towards El Dorado, 29 Monroe, 31 in the morning at Shreveport. Over here towards Dallas, 11 to 13 degrees. Freeze line is all the way through central parts of Texas. Down here towards Atlanta, be about 30 or so. Northern Alabama in the mid to upper 20s, and below freezing basically all the way north and northwest of that. And this is just a sign of things to come. So let's talk about highs tomorrow. All right, these are possible highs for Sunday. Single digits, most of Oklahoma into southern Missouri, northwestern parts of Arkansas. You get over to Fayetteville, 6 in Branson, 10 possibly in Mountain Home, 7 West Plains. Get down here to Little Rock, 21. Memphis, maybe in the low teens, maybe lower 20s or upper teens, low 20s. And then down here, it's just going to keep it. The cold is continuously going to come further south here as the day goes forward. So a lot of the daytime highs for Sunday will be right after midnight, and then slowly fall the rest of the day. We're talking 19, 20 around Dallas, 24 Monroe. Get towns towards basically New Orleans. It's going to be right around 60, and then you go up towards the northern part of the state. It's going to be in the low 20s. So big temperature difference because of that front hanging up here. And then we're going to have overrunning moisture coming up from the Gulf, coming up and over this Arctic air, going to create moisture. Freezing rain, sleet, and snow is coming across the area. So let's take a look at wind chills real quick, and then we'll get into snowfall accumulations. Alrighty, this is possible wind chills when you wake up in the morning, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. We're talking 15 to 25 below zero across northern Arkansas, northwestern Arkansas, southern Missouri. Get north of I-44, 25 to 35 below zero. Get up here towards parts of Iowa where they have 2 to 3 feet of snow on the ground, all in the past week within about 2 systems. Could be 40 to 50 below zero wind chills, maybe even 55 below zero. And then single digits below zero, all the way down through Dallas and parts of central Texas here. So as the snow starts flying or the freezing precipitation starts flying, kids might want to go out and play in it. Some of them haven't seen snow in a while. So bundle your children up and check on them every so often, because if you get these kind of wind chills, frostbite will set in within 15, 30 minutes, depending on how cold the wind chills are. So if you get to 20, 25, 30 below zero, 15 to 30 minutes could set in some frostbite. And then once you get into 40 to 50 below zero, we're talking probably 5 to 10 minutes if you have exposed extremities. So that's not good. You don't want that at all. Alrighty, so check on the kids, check on your neighbors, check on the elderly. You need to be dripping your pipes or dripping your faucets too. We don't want any frozen pipes out there. That's going to be a mess. So you need to start dripping your faucets. And then if you can, underneath right underneath like your kitchen sink, there's cupboards or anything like that. Try to get those open so the warm air of the house can get into and surround some of those pipes. And then that should help as well. So just a couple tidbits there. But as we go throughout tomorrow, I mean, the wind chills are going to stay below zero most of the day, and then even in through Monday, staying very cold across the area, and it's going to stay cold most of the week. And we'll be lucky to get above freezing across basically I-40 and north by Wednesday and Thursday. If that happens, if it does not happen north of that area, you're going to be below freezing probably until um, Monday or Tuesday the following week. So you could have possibly 7 to 10 days or more below freezing north of I-40 across the area here. So very dangerous cold coming into the area here. So please keep that in mind. I know everybody's excited about the winter weather, but this is going to be dangerous in itself. Pipe busting, life threatening cold and wind chills. Frostbite is likely, especially if you go outside and don't have the proper winter weather wear out there. Basically, your gloves, your hat, maybe a scarf to kind of cover some of your face, big coat, and dress in layers, of course. And if you do go outside, try to play in the snow. Try to come back in every so often because, like I said, these wind chills are going to be very dangerous, and your cheeks will start turning really bright, dark red, and then eventually that'll start setting in, more frostbite concerns if you stay out for a longer period of time. So try to take frequent breaks, come inside, get warmed up, and go back out because we don't want any frostbite out there either. All right, so let's take a look at ice accumulations. All right, let me get this off here real quick. Sorry about that. All right, here is ice accumulations. First and foremost, please, if you don't know where your county's at, you need to know where your county's at. So we have some cities on here. We have all the counties highlighted. We just need You need to know where your county's at. It's very important, even for severe weather. You need to know where you're at. Okay, so basically, from most of central to south central Texas, San Antonio, Austin, Waco, just north of Houston, over through central parts of Louisiana, in through Mississippi, parts of northern Alabama, including Birmingham, Huntsville, just northwest of Atlanta, up here towards eastern parts of Tennessee. I think a glaze to a tenth of an inch, maybe higher amounts of ice accumulations. The one thing that's going to be a major impact is travel. Roads are going to be trashed because it's going to be so cold outside that it's just going to stick to everything. It's going to be an ice rink. And people, I mean, everybody in the South, we don't have the gear to basically fight off this a lot of winter weather, especially down here, possibly towards Texas, into Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. You don't have a lot of that's snow plows and salt and stuff like that to fend off the roads. So roads are going to become very hazardous across this area pretty quickly. And we're going to go over timing here in just a little bit, but a lot of this will come late tomorrow into Monday across this area. Okay, so the reason why my forecast confidence is moderate because we've had a tale of two different types of model guidance today. So we've had short-term model guidance that's been a lot more aggressive with the warm nose, delivering more sleet and freezing rain, snow a little bit further north than what we were anticipating. And then we have the global models like the GFS, Euro, Canadian, all have a weaker warm nose with a big stripe of snow as well, and then more sleet and lesser ice amounts. But this is what we're going at for now. This is why I'm moderate. There's going to be changes to this because of where this front sets up and how this system that's just now getting on the coast of Oregon. So we're going to get some samples on it with weather balloons and upper air network tonight And then in the morning, if I have to update this, I will be live again. Hopefully, I can get that done before we go to church in the morning. But like I said, there will be. I'm pretty confident there will be changes with this as we go into the morning. But this is a output basically, and there is some models throwing out higher amounts of freezing rain here across the area. Like I said, it all depends. It all depends on where this front kind of just sets up and go stationary, where this piece of energy kind of goes for Sunday night into Monday, and really how much or how far north this is going to get and how far south this could possibly get. So this could wiggle around, could go north a little bit, could go south. Um, that remains to be seen. But like I said, we have moderate confidence in this placement at the moment. So, like I said, a tenth to a quarter inch of ice plus. This is not including sleet. This is straight freezing rain. Basically, just east of Dallas through Tyler, Shreveport, Monroe, over towards Jackson, Mississippi, and just right around the Texarkana area, and basically the southern rows of counties here in Arkansas. Okay, so that's that. So let's go to snowfall accumulations. There's still some question marks of where the heaviest band of snow could be. Okay, but as of tonight, this is this is where we think it's going to happen. So we have it forecast confidence moderate right now because there's going to be some changes because this heavy band of 4 to 7 inch plus, that is basically it's going to be a small band of very heavy snow. And where this sets up right now, guidance and what we take into effect our experience from prior storms throughout the years. So right now we're thinking Little Rock to Memphis, I-40, and southeast of there is going to have basically along and southeast of I-40 between Little Rock and Memphis. Southeast of there is going to have the heavier bullseye amounts as of right now. Like I said, forecast confidence is moderate, so please just don't look at this picture and not listen to what I'm saying because this could easily change up or down and go either south, north, a little bit more east. So we got to pay attention. We need to make sure you tune back in the morning. I'll have live again. You can rewatch it and so on. All right. So in the dark blue, 2 to 4 inches plus, most of Arkansas, northern Arkansas into western, southern, and then through most of Tennessee, including Nashville, and then going up to parts of western or eastern Kentucky up into the Appalachians here. Okay. And as you go into the lighter blues, including Springfield over towards Tulsa, Texarkana, Tupelo, thinking 1 to 2 plus. Now there's gonna be sleet in with this. Basically, the southern couple rows of counties in Arkansas, most of northern Louisiana, northeastern Texas, central Mississippi, anywhere below this blue here, there's going to be some sleet mixed in and some freezing rain. So might be start out as freezing rain, transition to sleet, then go to snow. It could come south and start out as sleet and then go to snow, or if the cold air is really driving down faster, it could just be straight snow and your totals will go up. So that's why our confidence is moderate on where this placement is at the moment. The light blues, dusting to an inch, northern Louisiana through central Mississippi, all the way up towards just south of Huntsville, north of Birmingham, far northwestern parts of Georgia. So that's our latest thinking as of right now. So, like I said, please understand this. There's going to be changes in the morning. I can almost promise you. I hate to change forecast a million times. I know I'm going to have to change it one more time. So this is my first outlook for you all. I don't like to come out 4 or 5 days before because if I would have came out 4 or 5 days before, this whole area, Arkansas, would have had a foot to 18 inches of snow if I would have put snow accumulations out 4 or 5 days ago. Okay. I don't want to be that person that changes it a million times because it just causes confusion. Okay. So this is where we stand at the moment. Moderate confidence of where this placement's at. This could easily come more southeast. The amounts could come down, they could go up. So that's what we're thinking right now. Now, there is going to be a heavier band of snow in the northeastern parts of Oklahoma, into southwest Missouri, into northwestern Arkansas tomorrow as well. Where that band sets up, there's gonna that's why we put the plus amount. There could be a localized 4 to 5, maybe 6 inch amount up that way because the ratios are going to be very high, and I believe the models are underdoing that. Okay, because it's going to be in the single digits, possibly mid single digits most of the day. So we're probably talking a 25, possibly a 30 to 1 ratio up in northern Arkansas and to southern Missouri, okay, and northeastern parts of Oklahoma. So once the snow starts, it's going to have to overcome some drier air for one. So it's going to have to saturate through the column, and then that could cool down the low levels even more. So that's why I'm pretty confident that the snow ratios will be 25 to 1 to 30 to 1. That means basically their snow ratios start out, usually the common is 10 to 1. Okay, it's a wet like snowball, so, making a snowman kind of snow. Okay, it compacts really easily. With this type of snow, it's gonna be more powdery. It's gonna blow all over the place, and we're gonna have strong winds too. So if you have winds out of the northwest, you could have some drifts pile up against the part of the house if the wind fetch is just right. And then if you go on the other side of the house, your yard may be just totally bare because all the snow just blew over to your neighbor's house. So that's why it's going to be very hard to measure some of this snow. But like I said, it's going to be blowing around. And as soon as this snow starts falling, it's going to have immediate impacts on the roads. Okay. Immediate impacts within 15 to 30 minutes. There's going to have immediate impacts on the roads. There's not going to be this, what if that, no borderline temperatures with this, especially in the single digits, teens, and 20s. This is going to immediately have impacts on the roads across the area here. So, and the snow is not going to go anywhere anytime soon with this bitterly cold air that's coming in. Okay, so I know a lot of people could be off work on Monday due to Martin Luther King Day, um, and then a lot of schools are out. But the roads, I mean, the primary roads may get better if there's snow removal equipment and they have salt and that liquid de-icer they put down the roads. Like Arkansas has been doing a great job at that as of late. I know south of here, down towards Louisiana, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, you may not have that kind of equipment to fight this stuff, and the roads could stay very hazardous for a while. So some of the kiddos could be out of school for a little bit across the south here. So, but this stuff's going to stick around for a bit. Like I said, we're going to warm up a little bit Wednesday and Thursday. How warm we get is a big question mark because models tend to try to push out this deep, cold Arctic air too fast. So that's why I'm saying that there could be some areas that stay below freezing for 7 to 10 days in parts of the area here. So back to this. Like I said, snow accumulations, 4 to 7 inches. This right around south of Little Rock here, basically along I-40, and just southeast of here is a 4 to 7 inch band. Where this band exactly sets up, there's a big question mark in that. That's why we have a confidence or moderate confidence right now on where this placement is. It could come southeast, could come a little bit north. We'll see. Okay, so let's be mindful of that. There's going to be changes. Okay, so this ain't no slam dunk forecast either. Okay, so when forecasting winter weather in the South takes patience and a lot of Tylenol and ibuprofen because this storms like this create headaches for any forecaster to try to predict exactly where it is. But I think we have a pretty good handle on it. Like I said, I think if if stuff comes together, that's another thing I want to tell you too. I was telling the supporters this earlier this afternoon. When it was a live stream over there. We up in Oregon, the National Weather Service offices up there were talking about that they did not forecast enough. They didn't. They underdid amounts because the storm system was overproducing, and that is one of my question marks too. If this is going to overproduce or not, it's not like I said, dry, fluffy snow. It's not going to take much to really accumulate, okay? Because there's not going to be a lot of compaction with it. There's not going to be melting. It's just going to stick right away and start piling up, okay? So that's why I think some of these amounts could be more than what I'm showing here. It also could be less. So it just depends on that, okay? So let me show you one thing here. Let's get over here. I'm going to go to water vapor here. And let me get back over to this screen. All right, so this is the water vapor. This is 4:30. I think it's 5 o'clock this afternoon Central Time. So five, yeah, 3 o'clock on the West Coast. This storm system was still off the coast of Oregon. Okay, so still wasn't sampled yet. All right, and then we need to watch this piece of energy too, because this is trying to catch up with this system, and this could combine energy here and really ramp up some accumulation. So we got to watch that. So as we go throughout this evening, this came on shore finally, and this piece of energy is really rocketing towards this area here as well. So the storm system is inland now. So now finally we can throw some weather balloons up in it, get some readings, measurements, whatever just to throw into the models, so we can get a better idea what could happen. Now this is going to translate or go this dive southeast. It's going to interact with a little lobe basically there's a polar vortex lobe of energy coming around, and how this interacts with this, still a question mark in that as well. So still a lot of questions that need to be answered with this system as well. So hopefully by 6Z, the model 6Z, we can get a little bit better handle on this as well, because this storm system was technically supposed to be on shore today at noon, according to models. So that's why it's just guidance, because a lot of times it is not right. We just use it as guidance, as forecast tools, not basically straight. We're not going to make a forecast off of one model. Okay. So we use it as guidance. We use our experience to give you all forecasts. We take a lot of time to try to do that. Okay. So this was supposed to be on shore at noon today, and it did not happen. It actually slowed down just a little bit. And this piece of energy out here, in the Pacific, is racing to try to catch up with it. And so it's on, like I said, it's on shore now, so that we can get that sampled and get some data into the new data into the models. High res models are probably the way to go as we go into tomorrow, and then we're going to be now casting. So where the heavier band set up, where that heavier band of that 4 to 7 or more could set up. Could there be more in northern Arkansas, because the ratios are a lot higher than what some of the National Weather Service or anybody else was predicting. A lot of them saying are 20 to 1, but we've had these kind of storms in the past where we've had single digits up in parts of southern Missouri, it's northern Arkansas, northeastern Oklahoma, that we've had mid single digits or low single digits all day long, and we ended up with a 25 to 30 to 1 ratio, and it really piled up. It really piled up across the area, so it won't take much moisture. All right, so let's go through models really quick. Alrighty, this is, let me back it all the way up here. This is the latest NAM. This is 00Z, okay? Short-term guidance, just basically going through timing. So this is 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Here is 10 o'clock in the morning. Snow's starting to get going out here in Kansas. Like I said, there's going to be some drier air to overcome. So we got to saturate that column, which could bring temperatures down just a little bit more across this area. Then as we go towards 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it could be some heavy snow trying to break out into eastern parts of Oklahoma, into northwest Arkansas, southern Missouri. And then you should see starting to get overrunning precipitation down here in Texas into northern Louisiana, into southern Arkansas. The peach colors are basically sleet. The pink colors are freezing rain. Okay, so there's going to be scattered showers, sleet showers, and freezing rain showers around that area. As we get towards 2 to 3 o'clock, it's mid-afternoon. This is when the snow is starting to get really heavy across parts of southern Missouri, into parts of Arkansas, northwest Arkansas, into eastern Oklahoma. This is that first lobe of energy that's coming in. Okay, so now this, with this system here, this, like I said, the models could change drastically over the next 6 hours, since we're getting samples of that system now. So, like I said, there's going to be change. There could be changes over the next 6 to 12 hours with this system coming in. So, very heavy snow is ongoing, and then as we get towards this is 6 o'clock tomorrow night, it could be sleeting, changing to snow in Little Rock. Like I said, the warm nose, the short term guidance is bringing the warm nose further north into southern to central Arkansas, into northern Mississippi. So if that happens, the snow totals will go down drastically, and there'll be more sleet accumulations, regardless of what falls and how much. Travel will be majorly impacted. The roads are going to be absolutely garbage anywhere there's winter precipitation that's falling. Okay, roads will slick up very quickly. There's going to be no question about it. This says no borderline scenario. Like I said, it's not going to be no 33 to 30 degrees outside, and we're like, oh, maybe the roads should be okay because it's been warm and whatever. But no, we're going to be in the single digits, teens and 20s for multiple days here, and this is going to stick to the roads immediately. It's going to be there's going to be major impacts. Okay, with this, so need to be aware of what's happening. So, like I said, this is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This is basically noon, 1 o'clock, trying to get into northwest Arkansas. 3 o'clock, all of southern Missouri, Springfield, Mountain Home, over to Fayetteville, Fort Smith. Could be snowing at 3 p.m. Then as we get towards 5 p.m., it's knocking on the door in Little Rock, towards Jonesboro, Hot Springs, down south here. It could be sleeting instead of snowing. Okay, so that's something we need to keep watch on. So that's a big question mark area here, how fast it goes from sleet to snow. But like I said, at the onset, I think it could be mixed here. As you get towards northwestern parts of Louisiana, it could be sleet, freezing rain, parts of Texas. Then as we go towards 7 o'clock tomorrow night, snow could be getting going towards western parts of Tennessee, into Kentucky here. Still snowing across northern Arkansas, southern Missouri. Sleet is still breaking out. More freezing rain is ongoing here. Then we're going to have another system come in. This is that first piece of energy that comes through. And then this is going to be snowing all the way over to Tennessee and Kentucky. This is 10 p.m. tomorrow night, Sunday night. Little lull, lots of freezing rain, sleet, freezing rain. This model, freezing rain, is getting deep into Texas, getting close, just northwest of Houston. Lots of sleet, of course. This would be very welcome news if that happened. If we didn't get as much freezing rain, we got more sleet. The sleet kind of bounces off everything. Freezing rain accumulates to power lines, trees, everything. We don't want that at all. I mean, either way, whatever falls, sleet, freezing rain, or snow, travel is going to be majorly impacted. 4 a.m. on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or I'm sorry, Monday at 8 a.m. Heavy snow possibly still in Memphis, most of Tennessee and Kentucky. Sleet, freezing rain still in southern Arkansas, in through northern Mississippi here. Freezing rain, central Louisiana. And then that basically gets out of here. There could be another lobe of energy coming out Monday night into Tuesday. It's not picking up yet too much on models, but could squeeze out some more flurries or light snow showers across Kansas, Missouri, into parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas. Deliver a little bit more accumulation, not much, but still. This is just one model. So, all right, let's go into. I'm going to go through this quickly. So here's the latest Canadian here. So let's go to Snowfall. You can see where this band is setting up. This has it a little bit further southeast than from Little Rock to Memphis, but this is the Canadian. This is a little bit of an outlier at the moment, but it has a good handle of this northern stream system coming out. This is basically a kind of almost a carbon copy of what the short-term models or short-range models are doing. The high-res models, like the HRRR and the NAM. So this looks good. I think that if this happened, the mounts are going to be underdone because the ratios are going to be a lot higher. Um, I'm not using a 10-to-1 ratio on this map here. Using the Kuchera, which will help with trying to predict what ratios they could be. Okay, so but I think across northern Arkansas, southern Missouri, could be a 20 to 25 to 30-to-1 ratio. I'm going to show you a tool here in just a second as well regarding that. Alrighty. So here's the Canadian. Let me show you. Here's sleet totals. It's very heavy sleet totals. It's freezing rain totals. Like I said, it could be up to a quarter inch. And this actually brings the freezing rain a little bit further south. And then more sleet across northern Louisiana, which could be better for keeping power on. I mean, keeping power on and keeping the ice out of the trees and so on, but still going to have major road impacts. Freezing rain will stick to anything, everything, power lines, trees. It's just be an absolute mess. Okay, so there's this. Here's the latest GFS. Basically, same story. A little bit further south on the freezing rain. Sleet is really ramped up across northern Louisiana into southern Arkansas, over towards Dallas, and then through central Mississippi and central Alabama. And then here's the snowfall. Like I said, there's that bullseye. A little bit further south and east of Little Rock to Memphis. A general, 2 to 4 inches across the rest of Arkansas. Has a little bit more up here towards Missouri. But like I said, this could be underdone because of the ratios. Okay. All right. So here is the latest European. Let me get drawn down here for you. Okay. Here's snowfall in the European. You can see it has a big band through northern parts of Mississippi, northern Alabama, and through eastern parts of Tennessee. If this happened, there could be a 6 to 10 inch amounts, possibly. So we'll see what happens there. Mounts are underdone across northern Arkansas. It is going to be fighting some dry air at first, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so we'll have another update in the morning. Here's sleet totals. Not as much sleet because this has the depths of the cold air a little bit deeper. And then ice totals. This is what's concerning. This is basically kind of a little bit of the outlier. This is the more aggressive of the freezing rain model here with the Euro. but it's delivering a quarter to half inch or more. So something you need to be aware of in case this scenario plays out. Alrighty. All right, let me get this overlay off so I can show you. Okay, so this is the mediogram generator, which you can pull up an airport code. So I've got Memphis pulled up. So this would be the airport of Memphis. It's KMEM. All right. All the models, basically, you got the NAM, GFS, the RAP, which is a rapid refresh model, NAM, got the National Weather Service, GFS, stuff like that. So you have model averages on here. So this is just a 10-to-1 ratio. This is what one thing that's cool about this. You can play with this down here. So if this was a normal snowfall, let's say if it was a 33 to 30 degrees outside, this would be a normal snowfall, wet, heavy snowfall. Would be, look at the spread of snow totals between all these models. Okay. Some have them clear up to 6 inches. This is the actual 00Z NAM that has a lot. But then you have some models that are clear down here in 3 to 1. That's just a 10-to-1 ratio. The ratios are going to be a lot higher. I think Memphis could be around a 15 to 17 to 1. So we'll go 15 to 1. Compaction won't be there like it would be with heavy wet snow. Okay, so it's gonna be a lot fluffy, light and fluffy snow blowing around everywhere, and when it starts, it's gonna make immediate impacts and accumulate very quickly. Okay, so with this saying model average is saying right around 5.5 inches between the models. Okay, some are higher, some are lower. Model average is right around 5.5 for Memphis as of right now. This is including the 00Z NAM and the GFS and the latest RAP model as well. So this is a 15-to-1 ratio for Memphis. Now, if we go towards Harrison, Arkansas, for example, okay, and regenerate. All right, here is Harrison. Okay, this is just a 15-to-1 ratio. So a lot of models are the average models here within all the models here are 3 inches. This is at a 15-to-1 ratio. Now, if you look up top here, you can see each member, how much QPF means quantitative precipitation forecast, basically the output of each model. The temperature could be outside at the surface and the dew point and possibly the winds. Okay, so as the snow is falling, it's going to be 3 to possibly 5 degrees outside. So that tells me it's going to be probably a 25 to 30 ratio out there. So even if we go to 20 to 1 for Harrison, the average snowfall goes up to closer to 4 inches. Okay. Uh, if we go towards 25 to 1, it gets up here towards 5 inches as model average. Okay. Some are less, some are more, just depends. Okay. All right. So, and then if we go to 30 to 1, which is could be possible. This is a little bit of an outlier, but I think 25 to 1 to 30 to 1 could be possible. This is how much you could get. Model average is up here towards 6. Okay. So that's just a cool thing that Iowa State has. It's a mediogram generator. It's powered by the Iowa Emergency Management and the Iowa State University. Basically, up there they have this. So great tool. You can play with the snowfall ratios. Like I said, they're going to be high, especially with these single digits and teens out there as well. Alrighty. So here's the latest watches and warnings here. Just one more time. You see all the pink here, winter storm warnings. All this teal colors, kind of, or back here, kind of a purplish blue color. It's all winter weather advisories. these blue areas, winter storm watches, all the way towards northwestern parts of Georgia, most of Tennessee, in through Mississippi, northern Alabama. Winter weather advisories, southern parts of Missouri, in through Kentucky, and then winter weather advisories back here towards northeastern Oklahoma. All right, so let's take a look at here's here's what we're thinking. So, like I said, confidence is moderate in this, but there's going to be changes. This heavier band could come a little bit further south and east. It could go a little bit further north and east. We'll see on that, but you can see where the model guidance is. It's all over the place still, but it's pretty confident up here in northwest Arkansas into parts of Oklahoma and southern Missouri that a general 2 to 4, maybe higher, that could happen. Okay, like I said, models could be underdoing it because it's showing about a 18 to 20 to 1 ratio on the Katura snowfall outputs. I think it could be 25 to 30 to 1, especially if you're in this lower single digits up here, southern Missouri, northern Arkansas. Okay, now there is, like I said, farther south you go, once you get out of this 2 to 4 inch down here on the southern edge, you're going to start getting into more of a mix. You could start out as freezing rain. You could start out as sleet. How long you stay at those two is a big question at the moment. Depends on the warm nose that comes up and over this cold air here, the Arctic air, and basically, you know, sleet or freezing rain could be predominant, or it could, if the cold air comes in a lot faster, it could start out as sleet, change over to snow across this area. Okay, so easily the snowfall accumulations could go up or could go down across the southern edge of this snowfall map here. Okay, so confidence is moderate. There's going to be changes. So stay tuned into the morning. We'll have another update. But we went over timing, all the models, and let's go look at ice real quick. Now, like I said, like I showed you some models with the latest guidance is actually pushing the ice a little bit further south, a lot more south than what we're depicting here. But this is our latest thinking at the moment. Moderate confidence. There's going to be changes. Hopefully, you're listening to this. This is not a slam dunk forecast at all. So anywhere in the darker pink, a tenth of an inch of ice to a quarter inch of ice. This is not sleet. This is freezing rain. And then in the pink could be a glaze to a tenth of an inch or more across the pink area. Okay. All right. So it's been a crazy week. We continue to do this. The big story is going to be road conditions, significant impacts on road conditions, and then life-threatening, pipe-busting cold is going to be prolonged. And if we get some deeper snowpack across the area, the temperatures are going to be lower than what model guidance is showing. Okay, so you hopefully you all been preparing for this. We've been talking about this, talking about this since our winter forecast in August. We called for a mid-January time period and on that there was going to be some significant cold and winter weather chances starting up, and here we are. Okay, so hopefully y'all been preparing for this. Make sure your cabinets are open underneath your sink where the pipes are coming in, so you have some warm air get to those pipes. Plus, have those faucets drip. We don't need any frozen pipes out there because that will be an absolute disaster for you all. We don't want that. Okay. All right. So that's basically it for this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will talk again in the morning. And like I said, there will be some changes, I think, as we go in through tomorrow morning. And then we'll have to probably start now casting because there's going to be individual bands set up that's going to bring in a little bit more heavier snows across the area. Now, where that sets up remains to be seen at the moment. And like I said, National Weather Service up in Oregon has was saying in some of the chats that this storm system was overproducing. So that is on the table as well. Okay. Everyone have a good night. Everyone, if you have stuff to do in the morning, get it done in the morning and then try to get into and hunker down in the afternoon. That would be probably the best thing because as soon as this stuff starts falling tomorrow afternoon, especially into Oklahoma, southern Missouri, into northern Arkansas, and then as we go towards dinner time, gets to central Arkansas, towards western parts of Tennessee, Kentucky. The road conditions will go downhill in a hurry because there's not going to be a question mark whether this stuff is going to be melting or not. That's why I'm concerned with the snow accumulations. It could go up because in certain parts of the area, because there's not going to be melting, there's not going to be compaction, light fluffy snow. It's gonna basically accumulate pretty quickly. The roads are going to be majorly impacted, so you don't want to be caught out in this mess. You just need to hunker down at home, watch some movies. There's football on. I mean, there's plenty of things to do. Heck, pull out some board games and play with your kids. I mean, who knows? Um, Whatever you'd like to do on whenever you're at home. But enjoy the snow. A lot of people have not seen it in a while, but the biggest mess is going to be the sleet and freezing rain as well, and then the very dangerous cold that's coming into the pattern. All right, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we will be live probably again in the morning, or I will have a post regarding snowfall accumulations and ice accumulations in the morning as well, and then we'll have another update in the afternoon. So busy times. Stay safe out there. Stay weather aware, and get your stuff done in the morning, and try to hunker down after get into the afternoon, and especially through tomorrow night and into Monday. Have a great evening, everyone.